of the world. It's the same no matter what. Would you guys agree with that statement? And so the mundane is a real thing. Like we all have to get good at doing what I call the mundane, doing the same thing over and over again, fine tuning it, but adding your enthusiasm, your excitement, your passion, all the goodies that go along with it. So I just wanted to kind of set the stage of what I'm going to share with you tonight, because how many of you have ever been nervous to do a presentation or to send a video because what if they actually say yes? And what do I do with that person when they sign up? Like that's a real fear, by the way. And we all know that's just a made up thought in your mind anyways, but people do get that uncomfortability or that, they're in that territory that's new to them. And here's the thing that happens, and I've trained on this back when I was a coach with the company I used to be with, is that just because you didn't get a fast start to success in your business, it doesn't mean a brand new person can't. That's very important for you to hear, but also understand. Meaning, if you're not at the level of success that you desire yet, would you agree that you know a lot more today than you did 6 months ago? Do you agree that you know more a lot today than you did a year ago when we rolled this out for those of you that are founders? And so, although you may have not jumped out of the gates or got the levels of success you wanted faster, would you all agree you know more today than you did since you started with our company? And so you don't want to compare your chapter one to their chapter one of how you started, because now you're at chapter 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, depending on where you are in the business. So don't get in your head and create limited beliefs that you can't actually help someone get to 2+ in their first 30 days because you didn't. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean you can't do it. You just didn't do it, but now you know how to do it. And maybe you didn't have as great of a enroller as somebody else did. You guys tracking? And so just make sure you get that out of your way, because I know that happens for a lot of people. I know that if someone wants to hit pool 3 or pool 5 in their first 30 days and you're in pool 3 or 2 and you're not there yet, you know what needs to be done. We're just waiting for you to do the activity and get the confidence in yourself to go do the thing. Does that sound good to everybody? So we'll kick it off with a little bit of that. But a couple things that I want to share with you guys. What I say sounds very easy, doesn't it? But getting out of your own way is the hard part for sure. And it took me years, guys. I mean, years. I didn't have a tremendous amount of success until 3 years into my business. From 19 to about, 18 to about 21, 22, I slopped it up. I went through Suckville. You guys have heard me say that phrase in the past. But once I figured it out, it gets to be a lot of fun. I mean, fast forward to the belief and confidence and posture that some of us have. Like it gets exciting because it's almost like a mind game, like me versus you. And I already know in my head I'm going to win when I talk to you. That's like how I already know it. I'm not saying it cocky. I'm not saying it arrogantly. I'm just very confident in my abilities because I've been doing it for 28 years. And I'm extremely confident in the opportunity that Lavardi has with our product offering and our compensation plan, our tools, our systems. Like if you ever have an outsider looking in, they're looking at the perfect Picasso picture. I'm just telling you flat out, we've got it. And for those of you that have been in other companies other than ours for a while, you know that to be true. We just got to get you to believe in yourself as much as we believe in you. And if you don't have the belief, I do sell mine for free for you. You guys can all buy mine and borrow mine and leverage me, and we'll rock it out of the park. All right. So a couple things I want to share with you guys first and foremost, before I get into the launch part of what we're doing. I want you to understand when you reach out to people, you really just, like Jake said it last Saturday on the call. I thought it was brilliant. Like he's not a script guy. Would you guys agree with that? Like it's having a human conversation with people. But I was going through some stuff from my old company, and I found some different little one-liner things and different steps to inviting. And I thought I would just share a couple of them with you just to give you guys like that icebreaker to start the conversation, to like open the doors. Can I share some of that with you guys before I actually get into how I set somebody up to enroll? And when by the time I've set them up, they're already ready to give me their credit card. Okay, that's the important part. How would you like to have someone ready to give you their credit card to get started? Okay, because you painted the big enough vision and you painted a big enough picture. But, you know, I look back at some of my older, you know, beginning days in the travel space, actually, when I met Christy back in that company. And it was just such a simple invite. And a lot of this we did in person. So the first thing, if you're going to take notes tonight, is why don't you put a list of people together that are in within a 5 or 10 mile radius from your house so you can go do some of this and practice in person. I know I'm an online guy, but I believe I do both. You guys, every day I'm doing 2 or 3 meetings online, 2 or 3 meetings in person. And so, Sandy Toes, do you mind keeping an eye on the waiting room for me? And so just, I'm going to give you guys some conversations to set some local meetings up with people in your area. Is that okay with you guys? And you could truly do some of this and meet them on a Zoom and have coffee and things like that too, if you want, for the people that are not there. But a lot of you guys know that playing with words is a lot of fun to me. And you could do this in so many ways. So I'm just going to kind of rapid fire a little bit with you guys. But ultimately, the number one thing you want to do when you're inviting is you always want to clear the date first. Because if they're not available, you're wasting your time and you're going to get your hopes up and let yourself down. All right. So the first thing you want to do is clear the date. The second thing you want to do is just set the appointment. Though, when you're inviting people to take a look at our opportunity, there's 2 things you do. Number 1, step 1 is clear the date. Step 2 is set the appointment. Now, did you notice I didn't say do a presentation over the phone? Did you notice that? I did not say that part. Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple different variations. All right. I could literally I could text this. I'll kind of go over a texting script flow first. The first thing you could say is, if I was texting Christy Elkoff, how are you up there? I see you up there. And I said, hey, Christy, are you free for coffee this week? ? That could be a text. And if she says, sure, then I'm going to say, great, let's meet at, you know, whatever location. I have an idea I want to run by you. I'll see you there. How many of you feel like you could do that? How many of you have gone on coffee dates to catch up around the holidays? Like right now, the next 60 days, people are expecting for people to reach out. So to recap, first thing I do is I'll text, hey, Christy, are you free for coffee this week? ? Sure, great. Let's meet at Starbucks 3 o'clock on Friday. I have an idea I want to run by you. See you there. How many of you could do that pretty fairly, pretty easily? Yes? All right. Now, by the way, when you get there, you'll build rapport, you'll connect, you'll form, catch up, how you doing. But you can either just show them the sales funnel or go to the Lovarti community. We have the PowerPoint and you could work your way through it. All right. But you could hit play on a video. How many of you have ever hit play on a video because you could leverage it and edify it as the expert? You can do that. All right. Now, a second variation of that is you could say, you know, hey, Dana, when can we get together for coffee this week? It's a little bit different. Hey, when can we get together for coffee this week? Okay, that's it. And they're going to say, they might say, what's up? Or let's meet at 10 o'clock at Starbucks. I want to run an idea by you. I have an idea I want to share with you. All right. Now, there's another variation. You could go to their house. I'm going to give you another example. I live close. I live about 12 minutes from Christy Henry, call it. Okay, maybe less. Same with Dana. I could reach out to Christy and shoot her a text and say, hey, Christy, are you home? Hey, are you home? ? And if she says, yeah, cool, I'll stop by. I have something big to show you. That's it. Cool, I'm going to stop by. I got something big I need to share with you. Now, we're friends, so she might say, wow, there's big news. Is his wife pregnant? Are they getting divorced? What's the big news? Is there something going on? Right? All that kind of stuff. We wouldn't be getting divorced, but you get my point, right? The other option is step number 4, and this again could be a text. Hey, when can you be by your computer for about 20 minutes? So that's one where you could literally do a Zoom and do it in person. When can you be by your computer for about 20 minutes? How many of you could ask somebody that question? And just start setting up meetings. All right. That's super simple. They're going to reply, perfect, I'll call you then. You could send them a Google Meets link, a Zoom link, share your screen, play the videos, away you go. It's that simple, guys. Now, you might get some people that ask you questions, right? And I'll kind of cover that here in a minute. The biggest thing, as I say, is I have an idea I want to bounce off you. I got something I want to share with you. I want to run an idea by you. That's natural. Would you guys agree with that statement? Pretty natural. We could all do that. Now, in your own words, these are just bullet points I'm giving you. Now, if you're inviting by the phone where you call them and I say, hey, Eric, what do you do? What do you got going on tonight at 7 p.m.? If they aren't available, just get off the phone. Don't even ask them. Say, oh, I've got church tonight. No problem. I'll call you a different night. I got to go. Now, if they're available, say, great, I have something I'm doing that I want to show you. Do you guys see how it's all the relative, just a couple different playing with words? All right. It's a big deal. I'll meet you at Starbucks at 6:30. I'll meet you at 7 o'clock, whatever it might be. Now, they might ask you, what is it? How many of you might get that question because you created curiosity? If they ask what it is, don't explain. Just say it's 90% visual. You're going to love it. 90% visual, you're going to love it. I'm already programming them that they're going to love it. Like a Michael Burnoff action right there. Yes? It's 90% visual. You're going to love it. I'll see you at Starbucks at 7. Here's the address. You guys, how many of you guys feel comfortable with some of these just basic things? Remember how Jake used the analogy of the flight attendant, just asking if you wanted some peanuts? All you're doing is asking people if they want peanuts, meaning all you're doing is you're asking people, if you're not selling them Lavardi, you're selling them on a meeting to take a look at a video or to meet you in person. That's all you're doing. You guys get that? It's real simple. All right. Now, when you get there, you're going to want to do, and I'll do a deeper dive as we do these pop-up trainings. So remember, I'll keep saying old things to new people so you get familiar with it. But then you're going to want to do your 3-step setup when you meet them in person. After you get there, thanks for meeting me. I know it was short notice. So the first step, the 3-step setup is very simple. Step number 1, explain why you're excited about the opportunity. Explain your reason to your prospect, what you're doing Lavardi for, what your mission is. That's number 1. Okay, real simple. And then the second thing you want to tell them is it's a big deal and you're all in. So basically what that implies to them is you're doing this with or without them. This is why I'm doing it. It's a big deal. I'm all in. I've got connected with some top people in this company. It's booming and I'm launching it here. I have done all the research and I decided to go all in. So now your friends that know, like, and trust you realize that this is a big deal. I've got connected with some top people in the company. It's booming. So you're selling the future and I'm launching it here, whatever town you're in. I have done all the research. So you handle the research objection before the even presentation. And I decided to go all in. So I'm doing this with or without you. The third step of this 3-step setup, so let me recap. Step 1 is your why. Explain your reason to your prospect as to why you're doing Lavardi. Okay. The second thing is the big deal all-in concept. This thing is big deal, right? I have got connected with the top people in the company. It's booming and I'm launching it here. I have done all my research and I decide to go all in. Okay. And then the third step is don't care. What that means is this takes the pressure off both you and your prospect. Now the prospect is like, I'm doing this with or without you. If you do it, great. If not, no big deal. I'm going to put thousands of people in front of this. I just wanted you to be one of the first. Is that cool? Do you guys see how flow that, if you practice, if you got a significant other or you have a buddy that you know in our company, I would role play this for real. Okay. And I would role play and practice till it runs fluid off of your tongue, just like an actor or an actress. It's smooth, smooth as butter. Would you guys agree with that statement? All right. So now that we've kind of set the stage of getting the meeting, then we do the presentation. All right. So whether you go into the Levarti community, go under resources and get the slide decks to do a full presentation, they're all there. And all you got to do is look at the slides and talk about each slide, what it means to you. Doesn't have to be a perfect presentation because they don't know a perfect presentation from one that's not as good. And if you look at a slide, can't you ad lib a little bit on what that slide's all about based on your experience and excitement and your hot buttons? You could do that. Or you can use the three videos, the 1 minute, the 8 minute, 14, and just watch it with them. Put an earbud in their earbud and one in yours. All right. And then literally after the presentation, how many of you get a little bit nervous sometimes? Like, what do I say next? Anybody ever get nervous and wonder? All right. So here's what you want to do. This is what I typically say in general. That was great, wasn't it? Smile. Are you ready to get started? And then you use bring, if you have to bring duct tape because you get nervous to put it on your lips, feel free to do so. You might look a little awkward at a coffee shop if you like rip it off. You're like, and then just put it on because people get uncomfortable. There might be 2 or 3 minutes, or it feels like a lifetime of silence, but it's only like 5 to 15 seconds. You know what I mean? And let them answer. And if they say yes, say, great. Did you like the travel side of what we do or the business or both? That's all you got to do. Now, if they have questions, answer their questions. If you want to leverage a leader, an upline, somebody that's been around for a while, myself, doesn't matter. By the way, anytime you're with a prospect or anytime you need a three-way call to share the vision of our company, I don't care if you have me on speed dial for that. You guys hear that? What I do care is if you have me on speed dial for customer service questions. But when it comes to three-way calls, casting vision, transition my belief and vision to them to help them get started so you make money and they make money, I'm available. You guys know that, I hope. All right. I don't care who enrolled you. I don't care if you got started yesterday and you're at number 1600 in this deal. It does not matter to me. All right. All you have to do is they have to see the information first, all 3 videos, the 1, the 1, the 8, and 14, so they're qualified, and then get them on the phone with me. You don't want to get me on first, and then I got to have them watch the video, then get back on. It's more steps. But if you do this the right way, I am all yours when it comes to getting on 3-way calls, by the way. All right. Most important thing you want to know. So is everybody kind of clear on that? And this is being recorded. I will upload this and put this in the community under the Zoom recordings. There's a post in there that says pop-up trainings. So you can go back and listen to the beginning of this if you have to, and you can actually slow it down and write it and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So let's go through this because I want to take about another 15 minutes with you guys because this is definitely important. Now that you've gone through that, did you get a little bit of value on that portion of it? All right. Yep, I still have my Calendly, and I'll post it here when I'm done if you guys remind me. And so here's what I want you guys to understand. If I'm talking to somebody that knows me well, also, I might, instead of meeting them in person or getting them on a Zoom, I might go back on I might just pick up the phone and start calling, and I'm going to give you a little bit more of aggressive approach as well. So if I was calling up Tina, I would text Tina and say, hey, are you free for a quick call? Got something big I want to talk to you about. And she'll be like, hey, I'm busy, or yeah, I'm free. Let's assume she's free. I'm going to get on and I'm going to do my 3-step setup that I just shared with you guys, which you can go back and listen to. And I'll say, listen, Tina, I'm looking to partner. I love how Corinne talked about this on the last Saturday's call. She's looking to partner with people. How many of you guys liked that verbiage last Saturday? All right, that was powerful. I'm looking to partner with a few key people as I'm working on the biggest project of my life. And you could tie in some of the stuff. You know, I'm going to show this to you first before I show it to the thousands after you, that kind of stuff. If I send you a sales funnel, or you could use the word a marketing funnel, my team created, would you review to see who comes to mind and give me your feedback on the process? It would mean the world to me. You could be direct and you're tying a direct approach, kind of an indirect approach together. Do you guys understand that? And the sales funnel, you're going to have a funnel. If you weren't on last week, where it's a landing page and it has our 60-second video. Right below it, there's a button. They click it. They put their info in, name, phone number, email. Then it shows them an 8-minute video. Right below the 8-minute video is a 14-minute video that shows them how to be a travel advisor and how they'd make money as an advisor before they actually become a travel advisor. Okay. And they get to see kind of behind the curtain on what it looks like to make money before they decide to make, spend money to make money. And it's a sales funnel. And when they put their information in, it automatically goes to your Go High Level CRM. So you can see who looked at it, who didn't. You can follow up accordingly. And now you're collecting data because data is king. Collecting emails and phone numbers are king because social media is how a lot of you connect with people and you don't have their contact info other than social media. What if social media goes away? God forbid, you don't have any of your contacts, which are your assets. So you want to make sure you're bringing them into a sales funnel where you have a lead capture page so you collect assets because you don't want to be an ass without assets, right? So just understand that kind of stuff. All right. So that's the thing I want you to understand. Now, here's what I tell people, and this is where I cast some vision, guys. And this is where I have a little bit of real talk. I say it with a little bit of posture. But I want, so the one thing I do, and you guys have heard me say this, and I'll say it again. I say amazing, wasn't it? They're like, yeah. I go, what'd you like best? The travel, making money in the travel space, or helping us, share these products through our affiliate model and not only getting paid in the travel space, but getting paid on a revenue share with our entire company. Meaning, because I let people know we market this through an affiliate model. By the way, I will tell you, if you use, this is off track side note, if you get good at saying affiliate, do you realize virtually everything in the world now is becoming an affiliate program? And I use it as an example. Because if someone says, is this like an MLM? I'll say, no. Do you know what an affiliate marketing model is? Most people, I'll stump them because watch my face. If Tina says, is this an MLM model or a network marketing model? I go, no. Like, do you see, like, what are you, an idiot? I go, no, this is an affiliate model. Do you know what an affiliate model is? And I'll pause and I'll go, have you ever gone to Walmart.com and scrolled to the bottom in the footer? There's a button for you to be an affiliate where they give you a custom link you can share with the world and you can get paid money off people shopping at Walmart. That's affiliate marketing. So now who just went on offense and who went on defense? I'm on offense because who's got the deal? All right. So just think, like, I make them backpedal a little bit because while they're backpedaling, I know I got them. So now that I put them back in the check, I have a little bit more serious conversation and I go, listen, and I pull up the comp plan. If you don't have access to the comp plan, it's in the Lavardi community under resources. There's a comp plan link from Canva. I'm not going to pull it up for now. Most of you guys should know where this is at. And I'll just say, so then I pull up the comp plan and I go, what I'd like to do is I'd like to actually show you how I'm going to help you make your money back in your first 60 to 90 days. If I'm able to do that, is that something that would interest you? That's a closing question, by the way. How many of you would love to start a business and in 60 to 90 days already make your money back? For real, any type of business. All right. Seriously, most people don't, it's hard for them to invest in something they can't see coming to reality, fruition. So would you be open if I showed you on how to make your money back in your first 60 to 90 days? Awesome. I pull up the comp plan. I go, before I get into this, do you want to do this slow or do you want to do this fast? Love asking that question. And I always end with fast. Do you want to make a little money or a lot of money? And they say a lot of money. Now, I might ask them if I know they're like an A type, because how many of you would agree that all of us might have a different idea what a lot of money is? It's a fair statement, right? I'm having a conversation with a partner that's potentially coming on board. I'll say, Dan, what's your definition of a lot of money? Because I got to get on his plane level. I got to know when I go show him the comp plan how to show him that kind of lot of money. Okay. And if he thinks 20 grand a month is a lot of money, I'm going to show him how to get to $500 a month in his first 60 days. And then maybe a little bit more the third 90 days. But then I'm going to go over my 5-year, 100,000 users, 110 million a month or a year in residual memberships and what real money looks like if that's his kind of money. However, if I get somebody that says, well, I'd like to make at least 2 grand a month, I'm not going to tell them the 5-year plan. I'm going to scare the shit out of them. You guys see the difference? So I'm actually qualifying them on how to present going forward to them. They're telling me what their motivation is so I can present it accordingly to get them to sign up. You guys hear this? This is big, okay? I mean, it's don't overcomplicate it, but it's just asking right questions and you're bringing them down the lane so you know what to say to them to trigger them to get them into action. And they have a clear vision and a clear path. Okay. So now what I'm going to tell them is this: the first goal, which I'm not going to get into because you guys have all seen the comp plan, is my game plan, whether they want to go slow or fast, make a little or a lot, is always to 2+ in their first 30 days. In my brain, I've got a hot potato. Like when they sign up, I got this hot potato in my hand and I got to get them to 2+ as fast as I possibly can. And I show them, hey, we need to get you to 2+. To get to 2+, you need 12 points, personal points. Now, if you become a travel agent today, you get 3 points for that. So we only need to sign up 3 people in your next 30 days from today to become in as a travel agent, and you're going to be in 2+. Because the second column over here, we've got over 1,000 people working that second column. That's going to happen organically. You don't even have to worry about it. That's the team leg. You guys know what I'm talking about? Just kind of give me a nod if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So I don't confuse them with that. I don't confuse them with Pool 7 and Lineage and I don't do any of that stuff. I just 2+, 12 points. Your sale counts as yourself. You said you want to go fast. You want to make a lot of money. We need to get you to $500 a month in your first 60 days or less. We need to get you starting as a travel agent because that opens up more ways for you to get paid outside of our, affiliate comp plan. You can make a couple bookings and make $500 a month. How many of you guys understand that, by the way? Like you could literally go do a 7-day vacation on a cruise and make $400 to $600 if they got a balcony cabin, for God's sakes. All right, and they'll see that. They'll see that in the 14-minute video, and I'll reference that 14-minute video. Do you remember the video? How they showed you how to make that money? You could do that this month. We just got to get you onboarded. You'll have access within 24 hours. And then once you go through the modules, within 3 to 5 days, you'll have access to all the vendors. And then you can literally start marketing yourself as a bona fide travel agent. In the meantime, while you're going through that 90 minutes of training and getting your certifications and waiting for the access, let's get you to Pool 2+. How's that sound? You guys like that language? See how that works a little bit? All right. Now, what I tell them is this. I'll say, Teen, I don't mean to scare you, but I'm going to talk real to you. Is that okay? Do I have your permission to talk real to you? All right. Most people that join our company will never get to the higher pools in our comp plan. In fact, a company I came from, over 10 years, only 4% of the people got 4 sales or more in their lifetime. 4. So here's why I tell people that this is clutch. I want you to understand this. That's why it's so important for you to get to 2+, because when we are having 100,000 active members, 2+ will pay you like 7 through 10 money. And so if you can get people in the 2+, they got a shot to make big money. And then over time, they can work themselves up to, 3 to 6 or whatever. But I know that when we have 100,000 users in here, I'm going on a little tangent, that if they're not capable of getting to 7 through 10, that 2+ is their best shot. Because only about 23% or so get into 2+ in their first 30 days, that's all you have access to. So if 20% of the people get 3 sales and four is their self, only 4% of the people actually get 4 sales, which is, pool 3 and above. That means 2+ is like an opportunity of a lifetime for them to make real money. You guys tracking this? Very, very important. I have this conversation with them. I let them know, like, I know what I need to do to help you get where you need to go. All right. Now, the next thing I want to I tell them, I go, listen, for the first 30 days, I want you to put me on your speed dial. You've got 100% of my attention for the next 30 days. The first thing we need to do is get you onboarded, put a list of your top 10 together. Who do you want to partner with? Who do you want to travel with? Who do you want to have fun with? Who are the people that we could show the videos to, just like I showed to you, or just like, Manny showed to you, or whatever that looks like, so we can get you to 2+ right now. Let's put a list together. Who do you want to travel with? Write them down. Who do you want to have fun with? Write them down. Who do you want to partner with? Who do you have big goals with, dreams with? You have friends, don't you? Right? Let's talk to them about this amazing opportunity. And then I'll help them with some of the invites. And you guys have heard the invites, okay? Now, I'll come back to that in a minute. Just remind me to come back to something in a minute if I remember what that even is. All right, so here's the thing. So first of all, step number 1, you want to qualify, get them all excited about 2+. Now, if you're not in 2+ yourself, don't worry about it. Go do the work and the volume to get there in the month of November. All right. Now, what I do is I let them know that I will help you every step of the way the first 30 days. The second 30 days, I'm going to be less available because every month I go bring in enough people for me to requalify in 2+, and I go work with new people in the next 30 days. So where I'll be available for you the second 30 days is after you show them the 3 videos in your sales funnel, and you have my calendar, and you can put as many people on there as you want at one time in group settings or individuals. But the only time I'll have for you is for 3-way calls. I'll see you on Saturday trainings. And then by the 3rd month, you're going to be doing what I'm doing with your affiliates. And then I'll be here from an expert from afar if you just need some leadership talk, some conversation, some friend talk. You need me to, kick you in the ass, whatever it might be. And I say that, and I joke around, by the way, when I say that. That's my personality. If you need a little swift kick in the behind, and you need a little motivation, a little pump me up, you're frustrated, you're stuck, reach out to me. I'll give you a quick coaching call, get you back unstuck. But other than that, I'm busy working with at least 3 new people every month that I got to personally find to get them to 2+. Because if I work with 3 and I actually get all 3 of them, that's 9 people. Plus the 3, I'm working with 12 people, brand new people every single month. There's only enough time in a day. However, if every membership you sell as a travel agent at $4.99, you're making $125. I round up, it's $124.75, but $125. All right, so if we help you do that your first 3 months, you just made $375 of your $4.99. By month 2, you already got $30 in residual income. Have you ever had residual income before? No, it's amazing. I know it's only $30, but $30 is a lot of money when you don't have to work for it, isn't it? Now, the second month, we're going to go get 3 more, and that's another $375. So $375 plus $375 is more than your $4.99 and your $99 that you paid your second month. You're already cash flow positive. And every month, we're just going to recycle this conversation. And I say, does it make sense to you? And they say, yes. I go, was it clear? And I don't talk this fast, guys. When I'm talking to them, I'm interacting and showing them things and, having a conversation. But this is the conversation that I have with people. I let them know that, they're a brand new baby. I'm going to feed them the first month. The second month, I'm going to hand them the spoon, and they're going to put the applesauce on their face a little bit, right? And then the third month, they're going to start feeding their people. You see how that works? It's a business. And I learned this from my mistakes because I used to coddle everybody because I signed them up and I didn't want to leave anybody behind and I wanted them to all have success. But at the end of the day, I have to pay my bills like you have to pay your bills. And if you go put in enough people, 3-4 people every month, compounded over an extended period of time, you're going to have residual income. Side note, bonus. What I would suggest all you do, this is not what I do in my launch, I'm just side note. I would challenge you to write a list of all your expenses and put the cheapest one first, even down to your apps that you have on your phone, like Spotify, $10, right? Mortgage, $3,500, whatever it is, all the way down. And I would set a goal every month to get one of your bills, start with the lowest. So if you have Spotify, you at least have to make $10 in residual income this month. Next month, you have Spotify, then you have Netflix, so that's $30. Now by the second month, you have $30 in residual coming in, which covers your Spotify and your Netflix, and keep going. And within a year or two, imagine when you have residual income coming in that equals $1 more than all your bills every single month. That to me is financial freedom. How many of you agree that's financial freedom? So if you play, like I play games with myself all the time. Now, for those of you that are already saying, well, I can't get 4 or, I can't hit 2+ every single month. We all can. It's all just doing the work and getting exposures. Our product is going to sell itself, but you have to sell it with a little bit of sizzle, like a little zazz. And the zazz is getting me or a leader on the phone, sharing the vision. Literally, I did a couple 3-way calls today. They all signed up. I've got more tomorrow. We'll put in 5 or 7 somewhere in their travel agents just this week from 3-way calls, because people are starting to leverage and use the systems and the flow. Now, this weekend, you'll have access to the funnel itself if you're part of LMS. But if you're not, you can still use just the 3 videos and send it to them. That works fine too. I just like a funnel because I capture data. I know when they watch it. It's a lot of fun. And I just keep repeating those steps. So I help them get qualified 2+. I requalify every single month. I give them a 90-day game plan. By the 3rd month, they don't have my attention like they did the 1st month, and they don't have it the 2nd month like the 1st month. They don't have it like the 2nd month, the 3rd month, the 2nd month. What that does internally, let me explain something to you. When I learned this 28 years ago, and there's a lot of times I forget more things than I learned because it's been like almost 3 decades. But when Mark Aceta, my mentor that enrolled me in my first company, basically gave me a 90-day game plan and told me every month I get less and less of his time. What do you think that did for my type of personality? I can tell you what it did for me. It got me off my butt. It created urgency. I gotta go now. I got him the first 30 days as fast as I can. I got to rank up and get as quick where I need to go as fast as I possibly can. Does that make sense? But now you're setting what I call the proper expectations. How many of you wish that you had the proper expectations set for you? How many of you would like to set the proper expectations? Because at the end of the day, your goal is to teach people to teach so you can go to the beach. And if you have duplication like this, here's the deal, guys. We have the systems, the tools, the community, the Saturday trainings. I'll do these pop-up trainings. I actually enjoy doing these at night instead of just sitting watching basketball or doing whatever. This is some fun, it gives me energy through the week. But literally, we'll do these pop-ups. My vision, eventually, I'll share with you in a minute. Let me just make sure I recapped everything. I got a lot of stuff to go back to, don't I? All right, so just to recap, how many of you guys can go back and listen to the 3-step setup when you meet somebody? What you're excited about, right? I kind of talked about it. Number 1, your why. The second thing's about big deal all in. This thing is big. I've got connect with the top people in the company. It's booming and I'm launching it here. I have done all the research. I've decided to go all in, right? Then step 3 is don't care. This takes the pressure off both you and the prospect. And then all you're going to do is say, Joe, if it's for you, great. If it's not, cool too. Either way is fine. I'm going to put this in front of thousands of people. I just wanted you to be one of the first. Is that okay? And then boom, hit play. It's that simple, guys. And then you're doing some basic invite techniques. Hey, are you free for coffee this week? Or, hey, are you home? I'm in the area. Hey, you open for happy hour if you like wine. Hey, let's go grab happy hour. We got something big I want to share with you. Got some exciting news. Right? Like whatever it is, don't be afraid. What if you met one person a day in person, 1 or 2 online, and you started building this brick by brick? One of the things I was going to share with you that is old school, I remember, like if I signed up Christy Henry today and I'm launching her and getting her started and helping her build her list, I would literally sit with Christy and say, who do you know that you want to partner with, travel with, and make money with that's within a 5-mile, 10-mile radius? And she starts writing them down. Now, I pause until she writes them down. And then I'll say, great, text them right now. Let's go through, let's text invite these 10 and let's set up meetings and let's see if they can come to the coffee shop right now. Create urgency. Hey, what are you doing right now? I'm at a coffee shop working on something big. Why don't you come have a coffee with me? How many of you could do that? I'm in the area. It's creating that urgency. Like I'm loving building locally on LinkedIn and Facebook. All the people are local. I'm connecting. I get tagged now every day because I'm a part of all these groups locally, and they're tagging me in all these posts. You know what I do? I love when people tag me. I used to piss me off, but now I love it. You know why? Because every time they tag me, there's 99 people in Arizona that got tagged, and all the ones that say add friend, and we at least have 2 friends or more. I go, bang, 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 bang. And all of a sudden, I got 40 people I just sent a friend request to, and I get notification when they accept it. And I'll say, hey, Tracy, thanks for accepting my friend request. I noticed Mark tagged us in the same post, which means we're local. If there's anything I could do to add value to what you're doing, support you, let me know. What is it that you do? Anyways, curious. How do you know Mark? Huh? Isn't that fun? Like, go ahead and tag me. I love getting tag me all day long. I'm going to go work your network without you. You know what I mean? Like, pay me now, pay me later. We're getting paid. Doesn't matter. So just have fun with this business. Every day I get tagged. I have literally over 1,000 people that became friends in the last 4 months because all these people tag me and all these things. Now people are starting to tag me, and 80% of them I'm already friends with. And I don't know any of them, but now I'm networking, connecting, inviting them to my networking group, all the different things. So that was one thing I wanted to go back to, all right, with what we're doing. Did you guys get some value out of that a little bit tonight? I'll probably do another one of these here, in the next 2 weeks or so. What else was I going to tell you? So I set the proper expectation at the beginning of the launch, slow, fast, little lot. I explained the 30, 60, 90-day game plan. We got to, it's going to take you 24 hours or so to get access to the travel portal. When you do, there's 90 minutes of training. Then you're 3 to 5 days. You'll get access to all the vendors that you request. But in the meantime, let's get you to Pool 2 Plus. Those are some key takeaways. And let's build the list. Who can I help you send the quick text invites to? Let's book some meetings. And you could literally sit there with them. Would you agree if they put a list of 5 or 10 people together right there, whether it's in person or on Zoom, and you can literally say, okay, text this, copy and paste it to all of them, and let me know when it's done. And then when they respond, I'll help you book the appointment. And then boom, I'll even show up to the meeting with you. And then you can use your 3-step setup, your why, big deal, all in. Don't care if you do it with me or not. I'm going to talk to thousands of people. In fact, the owner's here with me. And then boom, we show them the video. I cast vision, close, duplicate, process, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Okay. The key is this though. And I think this is one. So that's what it